Hey, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to Poke Stew channel, and welcome back to. I'm going to talk about the guitar ladder system a little bit. I got to be straight. This is a really difficult thing to explain to people because I've had so much tremendous results with this guitar ladder system over the last 40 years of teaching. The results have been really, really powerful. But if I communicate that, it sounds like I'm overselling. So I'm kind of in a catch-22 here. The best thing I'd like to do is explain all my observations that helped me come up with this guitar ladder system over the years. I'm 60 now. When I was about 20 or 21, I took from Joe Pass. And one of the things I noticed about not just Joe Pass, but all great guitar players that I either watched them, I really got more of a feel for this when I was studying with them, because when they perform, they're doing what they're doing. But I noticed when I was taking from Joe Pass, when he was not playing a particular tune, he was noodling, and the noodling, you know, what people do when they noodle is a good reflection of their improvisational skills and compositional skills, and your ability to understand the art and science of music on a deeper level and kind of wake up your musical mind has a lot to do with if you want to call it the simple thing, it's just noodling, you know. And when you sit down to a guitar and you just kind of mess around, you know, and I want to make the point, the guitar ladder system is not a jazz guitar system. It's a music guitar course that helps to wake up your musical mind. It doesn't matter if you play the blues or you're into fusion or you're into solo acoustic guitar or if you're into, you know, fusion. In fact, the best thing you can do if you're interested in the guitar ladder system, it's now $2.99. It's a 3-year membership. You're going to get over 40 videos. There's so much material. It's really probably more. I tell people it's like getting $3,000 in high quality lessons. It's probably more than that. And I'm really not making that much money on it because it's very time consuming having to send out all these files. I don't send them out all at one time. I do it over. I vary it because it's too much information. But when if you want to go to stevezookguitars.com, and if you look at the top of my YouTube page where the guy is surfing and it says Steve Zook Guitar, click that. It'll take you right below the wave there where it says Steve Zook Guitars. Click that and it'll take you there. Then go to Guitar Ladder. Listen to some of the examples off my CD because that's the best example, because I play solo acoustic guitar in altered tunings. I have a song called Journey in Time where I do kind of a radical, minute and a half guitar solo. My compositional skills, I give all credit for this to my creator, but the compositional skills are really the best example of what this system can do. And I've had students that were into rock, I've had students that were into jazz, I've had people that are into acoustic guitar. It doesn't really matter. You need to get your musical tool chest together. And what's so powerful, I'm going to take a little course off this, what's so powerful about this system is that you learn about the different components of music in kind of a subliminal way. Like for instance, cycle 1, you're automatically learning about smooth voice leading, like this chord goes to this chord, you got 2 common tones, there's small interval skips. You learn about smooth voice leading, in some of the cycles you're learning about, contrary motion, and everything just kind of is designed more for your subconscious mind. And I also have information on developing, jazz licks, and I've got information on blues licks and rock and fusion, all kinds of really cool stuff. Technique development, I'm really into altered tunings. Like I said, go to stevezookguitars.com, hit Guitar Ladder, and you can look at you can look at some of the sound samples there, like listen to Gray's Mountain, which is an altered tuning. My CD, by the way, if you go to vintageguitar.com, put in Steve Zook, there's a review of my CD by Mr. Stephen Stone. He calls me a prodigious composer and player. I really appreciate that. My point is, I'm not trying to brag here, my point is, there's not too many musician CDs that are reviewed at Vintage Guitar Magazine. It's mostly people like Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix and people like that. And I'm just trying to communicate the fact that the guitar ladder system really will give you a quantum leap, because over the last 44 years, I have studied different, guitar players and teachers, as well as kept my own notes. I studied with Horace Hatchett. Horace Hatchett taught Howard Roberts how to play when Howard Roberts was in Arizona. Howard Roberts went on to form GIT, which I think he changed the name to MIT. But the point just being is that when you learn to get around your guitar chordally speaking, it just explodes your musicianship, because your subconscious mind or your musical mind, Pat Metheny even says, all the interesting stuff's in your subconscious mind. But, if you just sit around every day and play the normal stuff that you play, you're not going to make much progress. But if you spent an hour a day or 2 hours a day or an hour and a half a day, whatever you can do on my exact system, then the time that you play is your time. But if you spend an hour a day, hour and a half a day, whatever you can do on my system, you're going to have massive results. It might be 4 or 5 months before you start seeing results. It might be 2 months. I mean, I can't tell you that. But I can tell you that, I studied with, like I said, Horace Hatchett, Joe Pass, a couple lessons from Ted Green, which is all you need, especially if you're an advanced player, because he just points you in the right direction. And that was an incredible experience. We both inspired each other. And he helped me take my playing up a notch. And what a beautiful guy, man. He had a really good sense of humor, too. Unbelievable musician. Jeez. Talk about a giant, But the music just flowed out of Ted Green like a mountain stream. It was really beautiful. My point here is that the Guitar Ladder system is a guitar course that's aimed at developing your musical mind, of introducing you to your own musical mind. It's geared for the subconscious mind. I don't get hung up in a bunch of, hard to understand theory and whatnot. I mean, I do get into some. I explain the 10 different systems of improvisation, but my point just being, and I'm starting to sell these every day now. In fact, a PhD today bought one, and he totally gets it. But the thing is, I've had some people in the past say, well, I'm all over the place, so, I don't really think I need a jazz guitar course. This is not a jazz guitar course. It's a guitar course. It's a music course. It's almost more like a course, like I said, to understand, get your musical tool chest together, because you're going to learn. It's kind of like if you were to divide music into colors, like diminished, augmented, major 7, minor 7, augmented sounds, and I get into some really interesting jazz licks, and but my point just being, and then I want to make this short, is that I've studied for years. I took from Tony Rizzi, who was kind of a Tommy Tedesco kind of a guy, but what was the most helpful to me was watching great players noodle, because when you watch people noodle, you begin to see kind of how they put the pieces of the puzzle together. But when you go through my 40 chord cycles, and actually right now this is an incredible, I'm really not making much money on that, and that's not bullshit, because I've got to send out separately all this stuff. And for $2.99, I mean, I charge $100 an hour for lessons, and I get it. I've had people drive 200 miles to study with me. My point just being, for $2.99, this is a steal. I know that sounds like bullshit. Steal of a deal, right? But it really is. For $2.99, you're going to get thousands of dollars of guitar lessons. It might take you 2 years to get through all this stuff. It might take you a year. It might take, I don't care. That's why I made it a 3-year membership. Not because that sounds good, right? Oh, 3 years sounds really good. No, because it might take you 2 years to get through all this stuff. Or it might take you a little bit more. I don't want people to rush through my system, because some of my cycles, are more complicated than others. Some of them have, repeat, the same pattern on different sets of strings, which is kind of a George Van Epps approach. I mean, none of this stuff, anybody owns any of these approaches, but my point just being, if you really want to get the most out of the time that you're going to get out of your guitar and your guitar playing what you put into it. The problem is most people just end up practicing the same things all the time. But if every time, if you work on the chord cycles and learn how to piece chords together, you learn your chords in groups of chords. You learn about tension and resolution. High tension chords like this, second inversion major 7, as opposed to a low tension chord like a root position major 7. You learn how to, how to connect chords. It's just incredible. So I mean, the thing is, I would just say go for it, because there might become a day when I don't have time to do this. I'm starting to get more busy with other things that I do, but this is a passion to me, and I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to say this is a substitute for a great private teacher. But unfortunately, there's a difference in great players and great teachers. It takes a lot of time to refine your teaching. I've been working on this for over 40 years, And in fact, I had one student once named Tashi. We worked on this cycle number 1 for 3 months because we would learn it in one position and then we'd learn the same thing in different positions, and we just really explored it. So my main point I want to say, that I'm going to get off of this so this uploads, is that the Guitar Ladder system is a guitar course designed to help you deepen your improvisation skills, to learn the colors of music, to learn the art and science of music, to learn my 10 systems of improvisation, and to teach your subconscious mind kind of all the different pieces of the puzzle, so that when you spend time every day, not just playing, not just goofing around, but working on my system, you're going to have a quantum leap. It may happen in 3.5 months. It may happen in 5 months. It doesn't matter, because it's almost like it would be impossible not to have a quantum leap. It'd be like I've looked at people that do a lot of bodybuilding, and they're like, man, working out like this, it's hard not to get big. It's kind of the same thing with my Guitar Ladder system. It's hard not to have a quantum leap, because you're exposing your subconscious mind to information which gives your subconscious mind or your musical mind the pieces of the puzzle of music. And it's not complicated, it's not complex. But the thing is, you need to have the discipline to do my system every day. I mean, some of it is simple, like major 7s and perfect 4ths. But the thing is, I just keep coming at you with all these different cycles, so your subconscious mind is like, oh, okay, I can connect this to this, I can connect this to this. And what's really incredible about this, most guitar players are weak in either left hand or the right hand. I also have right hand development exercises for both finger picking and picking. But this is so incredible for the left hand. But you're going to learn about inversions and how to resolve them. So it's just, and like I said, this is a result of me. It's all my own material, but I've been inspired by Joe Pass. I've been inspired by Ted Green. I've been inspired by Horace Hatchett, who taught Howard Roberts how to play. Horace Hatchett was brilliant. I was lucky to work with him when I was about 17 years old, and I came back again when I was a little bit older. But this is the result of over 40 years, and this isn't for everybody. I mean, if you're just looking for something that's, I don't have anything to say negatively about any other guitar instruction program. I just want to say that this program is unique. There's nothing like it on the planet. And, the best thing to do, like I said, go to stevesguitars.com, go to Guitar Ladder, listen to some of my tunes off my CD transporter, which is being reviewed for CD and film right now. But bottom line, if you really want to get the most out of your guitar, buy it. Invest the $299, because you're getting a 3-year membership. It's very, very easy, by the way. Excuse me, to download these videos. I send them from hightail.com, that used to be called You Send It. You get the link. You just click the link. It downloads right onto your desktop. You can watch it anytime you want. You can just click, new folder, and put it in a folder. It's really easy to do. I give you a password so you can download it. I email you the charts for the chord cycles. I mean, it's thousands and thousands of dollars of high quality guitar instruction. But anyway, it works. And so, like I said, the hardest thing for me is sharing my enthusiasm for the Guitar Ladder course without sounding like I'm overselling, because I've had some results that have really bordered on miraculous. I've had students that had really zero natural talent, and we all know you can meet somebody that has natural talent, and you meet somebody that has no natural talent, and the person with natural talent sure seems to learn quicker and figure out songs and blah blah blah. But I have noticed with my students that had no natural talent, once they started doing the Guitar Ladder system, it's almost like, I know this sounds incredible, but I'm at 60 years old, I'm an artist. I don't bullshit people. It's almost like they were born into a more musical family, because all of a sudden they're figuring things out. It's almost like a little piece of their mind just goes click, like the light just goes on in their head. It's been unbelievable. So I just got serious about this Guitar Ladder system about a year ago, and it's been a lot of work getting it together. I'm still refining it, but like I said, the results are real. And if you really want to give yourself the opportunity to be the best guitar player and composer, you might just take this a lot further than you ever imagined, and that's not bullshit. I'm really serious. It's just unbelievable, the results that I've seen. So, I would say just go for it for $299. I mean, you're gonna get a ton more value than what you invest in it. It's not a lazy man's way to riches. you know, or a lazy man's way to becoming a great guitar player, a great composer. It takes a little bit of work, but I've done the hard work for you. I have really figured out what the best thing for you to work on is, as opposed to, you know, varying this and doing this. And, you know, we all see these young guys that can play a million miles an hour. God bless them. But I'm talking about being, you know, a real musician, a real composer, understanding the art and science of music on a very, very deep level. If you want to, oh, and I also cover, you know, playing in altered tunings, which is really, really cool. You can here, just hang on just for a quick second. I haven't even played today, so this is going to be sloppy as hell. But like I said, go to steveslookguitars.com, go to Guitar Ladder, listen to some of my solo stuff. But, you know, I cover altered tuning stuff. You know, learning how to play altered tuning type stuff. I think if you spend some time looking at my videos on YouTube, you'll get an idea. Most people can get a pretty good idea of my playing by watching. So anyway, I better get off. This is never going to download. So seriously, if you really want to make a quantum leap, or invest the $299, I guarantee you, you will get massive results. And I apologize if I sound like I'm overselling, but it works. I mean, the results that I've seen from people with no talent has been incredible. So if you have a little bit of musical talent and you go through this system, you're going to have some huge results. All right, take care.